amigos, and thank you for joining us for this CBS 8 special, Mi Gente, Our Stories. I'm Jesse Pagan. Over the past year, CBS 8 has focused more on Latinos and our contributions to the San Diego community. Latinos make up more than 30% of San Diego's population, so we created our Mi Gente series to tell those stories. Join us as we show you some of our favorites from the past year. I'm Puerto Rican, and California is quite a ways away from the Caribbean island, but we're still here. Let's kick this off by showing you a bit of my culture right in the heart of Balboa Park. More than 30 groups represent countries from across the world in cottages like these in Balboa Park. This one right here is the House of Puerto Rico. They've become a small but mighty cultural anchor for Puerto Ricans throughout California and in America's finest city. In the middle of Balboa Park,
welcome to the House of Puerto Rico.
You might hear salsa music, the oldies, and catch a person or two dancing a few steps to the beat.
The House of Puerto Rico was christened around 2006. The organization, it's been around since 1972.
Anthony Flores is in his third year as president of the House of Puerto Rico.
The cottage is more of a museum of culture.
La Casita, as it's endearingly called, is one of more than 30 cultural cottages dotting the park, part of the House of Pacific Relations. It's one of 6 houses showcasing Hispanic and Latinx culture, and the only Caribbean one, founded nearly 50 years ago by Doña Casilda Pagan. No relation. Tourists from out of town and San Diegans alike stream through the doors every Saturday and Sunday. Some just finding out what Puerto Rico is all about for the first time, and others, like Brianna Diggins, just want a little more sazon in their day.
It's just so rich and vibrant. I love it.
Ancient artifacts dating back to the native Taino tribes line the glass cases inside the cottage. You can learn about classic instruments like the guiro and pandereta, and even see the history of the folkloric vejigante masks. Not to mention Puerto Rican icons like baseballer Roberto Clemente and actress Rita Moreno.
They're just be able to be immersed in Puerto Rican culture. They're just gonna just walk in and say, whoa. And it says, this is Puerto Rico.
And you might even leave as part of the family.
Once you're inside, you're Puerto Rican. And it doesn't matter if you're not, you're Puerto Rican today.
What's a culture without its food? The answer to that is probably not much. Not just for Latinos, but all cultures, food is an integral part of those people's identities and who they are. It took us some digging, but we did find a place serving up Puerto Rican, Cuban, and Dominican food in our area, which is hard to say for just all of Southern California. That place, ran by a woman from Chicago, is right here in Bonita. 5 days a week, you can find Ana Rivera getting her food truck ready for business.
Maduros y tostones, maduros, tostones.
Once the outside is set, it's time to go in and start cooking.
I can't believe it, honestly. We opened 3 months before COVID, and we had no idea what we were in for.
Jibaritos de la Isla sits on the corner of El Cajon Boulevard and 44th Street, and on the corner of Commodity as one of the only Puerto Rican and Dominican restaurants in Southern California.
I'm originally from Chicago, and when I moved here, I tried a few different spots, but I was really missing that home-cooked, home meal feeling.
She says she may do until
I was pregnant, and all the cravings started kicking in, my pregnancy cravings, and they were strong.
So, like almost any other Latino,
that's when I was calling Mami, dame la receta esto, abuela. You know, anybody I can call for recipes for things that I was craving, I was calling.
She started cooking for herself, then eventually her husband and their friends, who did not shy away from hyping her up.
And him and his friends are eating this, and they're loving it, and they're saying, you have to start something. We've never had any of this food here in San Diego.
Starting a Puerto Rican food truck business wasn't always in Ana's plans.
I got my master's at USD, and it's nothing related to this.
But it's now become her livelihood and almost a mission.
As we notice that there is a lack of Puerto Rican and Dominican food out here. To be able to represent and show, where we're from, and that people can come here, and this whole space is for everybody to enjoy our culture. And we're happy that we're able to now kind of showcase it and have a spot that people know, hey, if you want to go to a Dominican or Puerto Rican spot, I know where to take you.
A spot dishing out the comforts of home cooking.
The stories that I hear from customers, a lot of them are in the military and just miss that home-cooked meal. A lot of people don't have family here. And so when they come here, I'd like to say we're all kind of family.
A family spreading the sazon from Latinos in the Caribbean to the West Coast.
We are here. Estamos todos aquí. I want everyone to know that this is a place for all of us.
Jibaritos de la Isla expanded this summer, bringing their operation south here to La Luz Ultra Lounge in Bonita. The owner, Ana, tells me business is going well, and she's even had to hire extra staff to keep up with demand. In San Diego, when we talk about Latinos, most minds might go to Barrio Logan or the South Bay. Coming up, we're going to go to North County to introduce you to the nonprofit helping people become full-fledged citizens.
Yes, I am mixed, and I'm proud of the various parts of my ethnic identity, but I choose to embrace all of that rather than exclude that. I had a grandmother who was extremely proud of her Latino heritage. I had a grandfather who was extremely proud of his Native American heritage, and those don't have to be divorced or excluded. Being mayor of one of the largest cities in this country gives me that opportunity to talk about that, not just in Hispanic Heritage Month, but all year long.
It's that American dream. That you can dream big. If you can imagine it, you can be it. If you can dream it, you can be it. It just takes a lot of hard work, and especially with education. Education is the key to many pathways, and really, it's a great equalizer.
There are several nonprofits and groups throughout the area working to help Latinos in the neighborhoods that we live in, and some are even here in the North County. Pathways to Citizenship is a nonprofit here working to help U.S. residents become full-fledged citizens.
Canada.
Becoming a United States citizen is Guillermina Martinez Navarrete's dream.
I work so hard, so I can do it.
But no matter how much work you put in, the process is painstaking. So she sought help.
So I have wonderful teachers. He say, you can do it, you can do it. Okay, I can do it. I'm here.
In their Solana Beach offices, tutors with the nonprofit Pathways to Citizenship are tightening up Guillermina's English and preparing her for the naturalization test.
And it's a very confusing, convoluted process to become a United States citizen, so we realized that we needed to do more.
Executive Director Sonia Williams says a group of Solana Beach Presbyterian Church members started the nonprofit after hearing countless stories of notarial fraud, attorneys taking immigrants' money and leaving them with nothing to show.
What we do that's a little bit unique is we really get to know our clients. We get to know their entire family, their story, and everyone is unique.
Once that bond is formed, they get to work. The nonprofit files legal paperwork to represent and guide people as they apply for, interview, test, and ultimately finish the naturalization process.
Once you file something, you're looking at probably around a year before you finally have resolution. So it is a long time.
Which is part of the reason, after volunteering in the field for years, legal director Morgan Principi took it on full time.
I'm born and raised here in the Solana Beach, Del Mar area, and I love our rich culture here. I especially love the Hispanic community. And so being able to help people that do so much and are just so vibrant and important is, I love that aspect of it.
It's very important because a lot of our community are not aware that we are here.
Outreach manager Goretti Enriquez says half of her job is telling people the service is there for them, often costing very little or nothing, ultimately helping people like Guillermina have someone in their corner.
I love the United States. I love my teachers. I love everybody.
Guillermina, who you just met there, is one of the nonprofit's success stories. After meeting her, we stayed in touch for a couple of months, and we caught right back up with her just as soon as she became a U.S. citizen.
DJ, ya nos estaba dando miedo.
Guillermina Martinez Navarrete is a U.S. citizen.
Congratulations, Ama.
And she says it feels
a lot different.
Educational program manager Julia Fox was one of her teachers, now beaming with pride.
I'm just so proud of her, and that just shows the kind of person that she is. You know, very confident and just so strong. So I'm very proud of her.
It's so exciting. This is the moment that makes it all worth it.
For Executive Director Sonia Williams, seeing her students succeed is just as sweet.
All the long hours and the complicated legal work and all of the painstaking English preparation that Julia helps with is all worth it when you see that smile.
The average non-citizen spends about 7 years on the road to naturalization, starting out as a foreign national, then spending 5 years as a lawful permanent resident in the U.S., and then finally citizenship. According to U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, 855,000 people crossed the line to citizenship in 2021. It's been decades in the making for Guillermina, as she adds to 2022's tally.
Oh, very excited for her. And she's worked so hard, and her dedication to not just becoming a U.S. citizen, but in life has always been very inspirational. You know, people ask, like, you know, who do you look up to? And it's always been Ama. It's always been her.
Seeing her face and saying, like, I did it, I was like, yeah,
like
you did it. We were like, to me, I was like, you did it.
In October, Guillermina told us,
I love the United States. I love my teachers. I love everybody.
And that proved to be the driving force pushing her to pass with flying colors.
On my head, I put it, everything is open, everything is, it's a lot different. I see different, I don't know.
Hopefully an inspiration, not just to Latinos, but to all of us. Next up, a little music fun. We're gonna go inside the Performing Arts Center at Southwestern College.
Being Latino means to me that I'm a proud Colombian that loves his culture, loves his food, loves his language, loves his sports, loves the industry of his people, loves the humor of his people, just like every other Latino from every other place in Latin America.
With my family, we celebrate with food, dance. We talk about what it was like before and what it's like now, and some of the traditions that believe it or not, we want to preserve for eternity.
San Diego is home to countless unique things, one of them being the first music degree program completely based around mariachi. And it's happening right here at the Performing Arts Center at Southwestern College in Chula Vista. Inside this brand new Performing Arts Center, Southwestern College students are rehearsing for their next time on stage.
There's something so beautiful about playing it.
Leonardo Lara is getting ready to graduate next year, earning his associate degree from the country's first mariachi music program.
Every time I play, I just feel like overwhelmed with joy, being able to play it, and also being able to play it for people.
Playing for people on stages across the world is the dream for these students, one their teachers have lived.
I've taken the mariachi to Russia, and we've performed songs from the 1950s, and the audience sings along with us.
Jeff Nevin is a music professor at Southwestern and the creator of the degree that's been around for 20 years. His band, Mariachi Champaña, has played all over and with some big names in the genre.
For us, like I said, it puts us on the map here in Chula Vista. People know that this is one of the centers of mariachi music education across the country, and there are probably half a dozen, and we're one of them. And down in Mexico, there might be another 4 or 5.
Nevin says it all started around the 1940s. As the world fought in World War II, Hollywood and Mexico City became two of the main entertainment hubs.
Americans went all over the world. People translated the movies from the 50s into other languages. The Mexican movies went all over Latin America, all over Spain.
And then leached into other parts of Europe, translated.
If you're in Germany, what's the difference translating an English movie or a Spanish movie? It's identical. So a lot of those Mexican movie stars that people who grew up in the United States have never heard before are extremely famous, and so they pulled that in, and mariachi was a part of that.
Now, decades later, the new versions of those classic stars could come right from Southwestern College in Chula Vista.
It's so much fun, and you do learn a lot. We have really great teachers here.
Women are often the barrier breakers in society. In our next story, we meet one Latina who's now become one of a handful who've taken over high-level positions in the male-dominated auto industry. Her career has led her to her peak right here in this dealership in San Diego. When you walk into Hello Mazda San Diego and Kearny Mesa,
we're greeting you with a hello.
Idalis Maldonado might very well be the one greeting you at the front desk.
Awesome. Do you know who that's with?
She might also be refilling the printer and signing off on your paperwork as the dealership's general manager.
There's days that people come in and they look at me and they say, oh, can I talk to the GM? And then I say, oh, how can I help you? And they're like, oh, you're the GM? And I'm like, yeah.
She's used to surprising people, given she's a rare breed of boss in the industry. According to the latest U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data, women make up 47% of the workforce. Women of color, including Latinas, make up 18%. And in the automotive industry, just 6%.
I honestly feel like it has to do with fear, right? Women, we really fear what they're gonna think and what's gonna happen, and they'll never listen to me.
But that's exactly the glass that needs to be broken, and Idalis says her experience in a heavily male industry has shown her it can be done, and it might be easier than you think.
They respect the whole, hey, she's a woman, she's Latina, she's great, you know, she's not afraid to speak up and really just tell you her opinion. And I think that that's what makes you make it, right?
Hello Auto seems to agree. Idalis says her counterpart in Temecula is also a Latina. Despite progress, data from the U.S. Department of Labor shows Latinas still lag in several categories within the workforce. For example, on average, Latinos make 13% more money than Latinas in the same jobs. Idalis says changing that and rising to other new highs are possible when you put your mind to it.
I always say, go for your dream. It's never impossible. If you put your mind to it, it definitely will happen.
Mexican and Latino fashion isn't just artisanal. Next, meet the ladies working to bring the under-the-radar high fashion of Mexico and Latin America to the U.S. and beyond.
Our culture, our history, our language, they're all sources of pride and inspiration. I would also suggest to learn your history and learn from our elders and learn from all of the amazing ways in which Hispanics and Latinos have contributed to this country and really to this world.
The name of this series is Mi Gente, which translates to My People. And that exactly is the name of a project a handful of women have started to show off Mexican fashion in a way that you might not have thought of. They're small, but they're mighty, already catching the eyes of some giants in the fashion industry. Once a month, inside a Nordstrom store in San Diego, you're likely to catch Linda Weisbord and her infectious demeanor.
Do you know what my motto is?
What?
More is more.
More is more?
More is more.
And while she may be having the time of her life, she's there on business.
We have bags, we have jewelry, and we have boots.
Linda and her partners, Diva Lomas and Catherine Bachelier, are the founders of the My People pop-up shop. Using their style know-how and influence over more than 1 million social media followers combined, they showcase and sell bags, shoes, jewelry, and more, from Mexican and Latin American designers and brands to people they might not otherwise reach.
Where we get to bring Latino brands to the United States. I think it's so important in so many ways. First of all, these Latin brands get the exposure that they need to really grow and step outside of their own countries, which is really hard to do.
Brands like Mezcalero.
These are handmade boots. These are made in Mexico. This is a brand of a company since 1942.
Federico Navarro is the parent company's commercial director. He says despite the company being in business for decades, they're still trying to reach a clientele outside of Mexico, as in the US. That's why they decided to partner with My People.
And we understand that they know the market, they know the fashion, the product, and they support this kind of products.
Son pulseras hechas a mano por artesanos mexicanos.
Esmeralda Espinosa Zamora partnered with My People to show off her jewelry line, Santo Pecado. She tells me her designs have taken off in beach towns like Cancun, Tulum, and even Miami, and now she wants to go bigger.
Y se me hizo súper increíble como para entrar al mercado americano.
In Spanish, she says this is her ticket to the American market so they can get to know her brand and designs outside of Mexico.
Sí, me encanta.
¿Ya? Linda, ¿qué crees?
Mucho
¿Dónde
bling,
está?
bling.
Esmeralda dice que le gusta estos colores para mí.
¿Competencia o qué?
Aparentemente sí.
And while it may seem like fun and games, this is serious business for the designers and the pop-up's founders.
Fashion makes you feel a certain way. It's art on your body, and you get to decide what you want to say every single day.
Our time has sadly come to an end, but I hope you've enjoyed and maybe learned a thing or two you didn't know about. You can head to CBS8.com for a deeper look at these stories and others about San Diego's Latinos and more. And remember, the Mi Gente series needs you. If you know of a good story with Latinos at the center of it, we want to know about it, so get in touch. Thanks for watching Mi Gente, Our Stories, a CBS8 Hispanic Heritage Month special. Until next time, I'm Jesse Pagan. Adios, Mi Gente.